So each moment, how you think, how you act, and how you feel broadcasts information into the quantum field. And it dictates your color. It's kind of like if you remember back in the day having a mood ring, those little funny, like kind of, I think they were more novelty type things, right? But the mood ring is supposed to be like, if you're in a really bad mood, it's going to be a certain color. If you're in a good mood, it's in a different color. And if you've ever been to cool metaphysical expos, and there's Kirlian photography and there's different types of digital photography that can capture the color of your energy. And you get this Polaroid picture that comes out and you got all these colors. Well, who do you think's in charge of that color? Who's in charge of your hue? Who's in charge of your light? Well, it's either you or you're allowing someone else to take control of your fractal of light. And so the freedom loop and the idea of realizing that there's two parts of us. There's the non-physical part of us and the physical part of us, right? That's what we mean by multidimensional. There's the non-physical energetic version of you that resides in the conscious 5D. And then there's the physical material version of you that is in this meat suit. And we're here for a short period of time observing this reality from what? Our perspective. We have 5 senses. We hear, taste, touch, smell, and see things, and it's all done through perception, energy perception. In fact, when I hear something, if you're talking or music or anything, I'm hearing wave frequencies that go into my ear. And there's these little bones that translate this information into information. And so that data comes in, but that's how we perceive everything. But we learn that in school, our 5 senses, but they don't teach you about the 6th sense, right? The most important 6th sense, which is your ability to feel. And I do believe that feelings are the language of your soul, and how you feel, again, broadcasts information into the quantum field. So at any given moment, you are deciding and you are declaring to the universe, this is who I am. The problem is most people aren't aware of that. They're not conscious of that. They're operating from a default mechanism or a program that was given to them from wherever they grew up, their family, their friends, their church, their school, their society. And so that would be what we call epigenetics, where people are operating from a program that was passed down to them, as opposed to a program that they chose to install into their own mind and heart. So the freedom loop in this framework is intended to be able to give the person, the human, the power to wire and rewire and remap their own mind and their own heart.
Awesome. So now when people get started with you and they say, okay, I want to learn more about the freedom loop, how do you start them out in first identifying what their perceptions are and then how they are actually manifesting those in their life?
So the easiest way to figure out what your starting point is and where you're at is to look to see how you feel. So if I'm working with, person A, I go, how do you feel right now? What's the main, are you happy? Well, if someone's happy, they're not reaching out to me, typically. If someone's super happy, my life is just great, it couldn't get any better, I'm the happiest now in this moment than I've ever been, ever. Well, keep doing what you're doing, right? You're happy. But if you ask the other mass majority of humans on this planet if they're happy, they will tell you emphatically, I'm not happy. In fact, I'm insecure, I'm shameful, I'm humiliated, I'm fearful, I'm whatever it is that they're feeling. And that's unfortunate, because what people do that are not feeling that good is they look for things to make them feel better. Notice what I said. They look for things to make them feel better. And that's where we live in this instant gratification world, where we have all of these things all around us that we try to fill our cup up with to hope that it makes us feel better. And that's just never going to work, right? You have to, life doesn't care what you're doing. The universe doesn't care about what you're doing. It cares about what you're being. The law of attraction is literally just, the law of attraction is literally just a way, people think that manifestation is going and getting something that they want that they do not have. That's not how it works. Manifestation is putting yourself in the right frequency that's a match to all the things that you want to experience. So, for instance, if you want to experience happiness, you have to be in the vibration of happiness. So you have to literally become happy, and then everything that's matched to happy comes crashing in on you, right? In Matthew 6:33, it says, seek first the kingdom of God, right? Go within, seek first the kingdom of God, and all else that you desire will be added unto you, right? It says added unto you. So if I'm happy, then happiness will be added unto me. And that's Jesus, I believe Yeshua was like the master metaphysicist. And I love learning from master metaphysics teachers like that. And I think it's pretty clear that how you think, how you feel, and how you act creates ripple effects in this physical world that we're living in. And that's the most important thing that I can give to people. So to answer your question, what's the first thing I do is I ask, how do you feel? And then we break down and try to figure out, why do you feel that way? What's causing you to feel so negative or so scared or so like you're just going to lose it all or so insecure, or why are you so mad? Why are you so angry? What's going on here? Because we know that being authentic is one of the highest frequencies that we can achieve. But what is authenticity? Authenticity is when you're being you. Dr. Seuss said, you being you is all you need to do. Well, what the heck does that even mean? Right? It means getting out of your way and being that which you desire. And that's my number one thing, is to try to get people to drop their ego, get rid of the physical world that they think that they are. You have a body, but you are not your body. And when you can wrap your mind around that you are actually energy first, physical second, because I think Einstein said, he said, energy is the sole governing agency over the particle. Okay, so that means energy first, particle second. And so we have to realize and understand that we are multidimensional, but we're actually light first, and we're light moving at such a rate that we are in a dense form of physical for a short period of time while we're experiencing ourself as ourself. And I just think it's so fascinating.
Yeah. And so, so once someone identifies the things that's going on in their life, do you have a process that you take them through so that they can begin to implement or to